we are using cocoa futures data, right? This data right here. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to align it, but I'm going to pay attention to the fact that if we are going to generate a trading signal for tomorrow, say, or for today, I can only use data. In this setting here, we are working with daily variables, right? It's low frequency trading. So I will just have data up until yesterday available. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shift one day the data tables, the data frames, so I have today's closing price against yesterday's available data, right? And this is what we have to be very careful about that when building quantitative trading algorithms, right? To avoid what we call the data, sort of a data leakage problem. Is it, if in my backtest I'm using data that will realistically not be available at that point in time, so I might create a very good strategy, but I'm using, like I'm cheating, I'm using data that was not supposed to be used at that point. So this is something that whenever you're building a quantitative trading algorithm, you have to be very careful about it. So right here, I'm just going to plot those charts one at a time. So what we are seeing here, let me see if I can get this a little bit bigger. Again, we are talking about visual inspection here, but I'm just showing that with WeatherWise Studio and with our API, it's really easy to build like a large data set with several signals for many locations around the world, and then use it, for instance, in this case, to try and predict price movements. And if we take a look in blue, we have each signal, right? This is drought risk for Bocanda, and in black we have the return. So what is return? I think everybody will know about that. It's daily return. I'm just calculating the percentual change between each day's price and last day's price, right? So how much, by how many percentage points the price changed from one day to another, and especially this, we can see some extreme points here, which we are really interested in anticipating, right? We have to do that because this is actually what we are trying to anticipate or predict. And this data here, the black line here, is what we call a stationary time series. It means that it revolves around a fixed mean, which in this case is a little bit bigger than, oh no, it's zero. It should be zero, right? On the right y-axis we have the return, on the left y-axis we have the signal scale, so different scales. I know that some statisticians out there would like to kill me for doing this, but I think it's useful sometimes if you have different vertical scales in the same chart. So this means that return is zero, meaning that there's no actually, if you're doing a random trade at any given day, the probability that the price is going to be up is the same as the probability as it's going to go down. So you do not have any tendency to have positive or negative returns. If you had an average different than zero, again we are talking about that market efficiency hypothesis. If this black line was revolving around a line which was not zero, it means that you can put in your money on average, you're going to be making free returns, because on average that asset is just getting positive or negative variations each day, right? So we expect that. And if we take a look, we might see that what we want to use these things for, because again we can always just generate a very, very large data frame with lots and lots of signals and locations and just feed this data into a machine learning algorithm and hope that it will navigate through all this information and find the right patterns to explore.